Here is the biggest problem with almost all media relating to insurance. Everyone tries to tell you how much money they can save you, as if insurance is a commodity instead of a shield that can protect your entire world. Does 15 minutes really get you a better quote? How can it? See, in auto insurance, there are two main parts to consider. Number one, the car. Makes sense, right? This is the part most people know as full coverage. You see, the bank has to protect its collateral and requires you to carry this in case the collateral becomes damaged. The bank is concerned about their money, not you. Within the features of the collateral part, you can have bells and whistles like low deductible, towing and labor, emergency roadside service, car rental, and personal injury protection. These are all bells and whistles that can make your premium go up. The more you have, the more expensive the policy. But let's talk about what the companies don't tell you about. The second part of the insurance. Number two, the second part deals with what is actually the most important. How your family will be protected from lawsuits, lost wages, and medical bills. Lawsuit protection to pay others medical bills and lost wages. Uninsured or underinsured to pay for your family's medical bills and lost wages if someone else causes damage to you and they have cheap insurance. You see, there are three magic numbers you need to be aware of and how they work. Liability per person, liability for all, and not to exceed property damage. When you sign a contract with an insurance company, you are agreeing to only accept the amount of coverage they provide to your family. Anything over those limits, you are on the hook to pay out of your own pocket. Sounds illegal, right? Wrong. When people sign up for insurance, the company leads them to believe they have the cheapest price by setting the lowest limits for the family protection. To the consumer, they feel they are getting a great deal until a major accident happens. The insurance company thrives on selling lower limits because they are not on the hook for the entire exposure. This becomes a win for them and a lose to your pocketbook. Let's examine a typical accident. Keep in mind there are generally three outcomes in any accident: minor injuries, major injuries, and death. Let's say you are the Smith family, and you are driving to the campgrounds with your family in the car and you are towing your RV. The person next to you, who we'll call John, loses control of his vehicle and slams into you, putting you, your family, and the camper in the ditch. Your family needs medical attention immediately as everyone has various injuries. The most severe being you, the major breadwinner of the family. You go to the hospital, and they have been informed that this was a vehicle accident. Automatically, they start sending you all types of documents that you have no clue what they're for. After your ER visit, you find out that one of your children suffered severe lacerations to their arm and had to have it amputated to save their life. Your spouse has a broken leg, a few cuts and bruises, but cannot return to work for at least 6 weeks. You suffered internal brain bleeding and have to have many surgeries before you can return to 100%. So, who pays the bills? Well, it all falls on who caused the damage. In this case, John is responsible to pay for all of this family's medical bills and lost wages. So the Smith family files a claim against John, only to find out that John's coverage was the cheapest he could afford. In Texas, that was 30-60-25. John's policy is only going to pay $30,000 of any one person's injuries and lost wages, and will not pay more than $60,000 total for all the people injured. In addition to not paying for all the medical bills and lost wages, John's insurance company is only going to pay for up to $25,000 to replace the property he damaged. After these limits are paid out, the greedy insurance company is no longer obligated to anyone else. So what does the Smith family do? Well, they also purchased the cheapest insurance quote they could find in 15 minutes and only had 30-60-25 with no uninsured, underinsured. So now, the aspiring young manager and his wife and children are facing hundreds of thousands in medical bills, and the insurance company is saying, sorry, about your luck. What options do the Smith family have? By nature, they are a loving and respected family in the community. The Smith family is a great family and do not believe in suing people. But their entire life is at a standstill and financially ruined with all the medical debt. The family has no choice but to sue John to pay for the medical bills. John is a good person, loved, respected in the community for the accounting work he does with his firm. John has some assets tucked away for a rainy day, and it has taken him 15 years to save $400,000. He is paying off his home and makes about $65,000 a year with a family of 2 children and a wife. John gets served with papers to appear before a court as he is being sued for $1.5 million to cover lost wages, pain and suffering, and all other injuries. The lawyer has to set it that high in order to get his fair share after the medical bills are all taken care of. The courts find favor for the Smith family and award them the $1.5 million. John does not have enough in savings to cover that, so his entire life savings is gone, and the courts garnish 25% of his paycheck until his debt is cleared. Both families had to learn a tough lesson about insurance the hard way. Insurance should be built to protect your assets and future income. You don't have to have $1 million to be sued like you do. Had John spoke with an advisor that cared about building his insurance correctly, John would have suffered no financial impact at all. Had the Smith family been properly advised by a professional risk advisor, they would have had more than enough money to cover all lost wages and medical bills without ever having to sue another family. Know what your coverages are before you buckle your kids up to go get ice cream today. If you would like my team of professional risk advisors to help you with this, they are standing by and are eager to help. Call my agency today. It's your family, your goals, your dreams. Let us make sure they are all protected. 254-870-7283.